Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Big Math, and today we're breaking down all of Hela's ability and all the information that came with the closed alpha playtest download link. So without further ado, let's jump right into it.
Who dare summon the Queen of Hell? As expected. Fight that soul. Can't you keep up? A brief taste of hell. Hell unleashed! A feast for my crows! I always return.
So Hela is a dualist hero, meaning she's responsible for damaging and killing the enemy team, right? Which makes a lot of sense with her character. All right, so guys, let's go into this frame by frame breakdown of all her abilities so we can understand them perfectly. Let's get right into it. So we have the opening screen, which is insane. It's beautiful. I love it. Okay, guys, immediately the first thing we can notice, right, is the 7 bullets out of 8, right? So this is a magazine of 8, right? Which is pretty solid considering the amount of damage she can do, right? She's gonna need to reload. It always depends on the speed of reloading, right? So she has 8 bullets. If she reloads one at a time and it takes forever, then it might not be that good. But if she reloads like the 8 very quickly, it's gonna be very, very powerful, right? The next thing, guys, is her basic attack is pretty much a hit scan, right? So you guys need to know the difference between hit scan and projectile. So projectile is the it's when an attack or an ability actually launches a projectile in the 3D space, and when that projectile hits an enemy, then it's going to damage the enemy, right? So fairly simple. But a hit scan, it's actually a little bit more complex, but it's a ray tracer laser that is shot from the screen of the character or from the middle here, right here. And if there's a target on it, it's going to hit, right? So it's a little bit harder to understand, but what it means is if you're precise with a hit scan character, you're going to land all your shot and deal a lot of damage. Whilst if you're playing someone with like a projectile, or especially a slow projectile, you're gonna need to like aim a little bit in front of the guy so he walks into the projectiles, right? So Hela is a hit scan character, right? I'm gonna repeat this concept in a few videos, but this is a hit scan character. Hit scan characters are really, really good to hit air units, right? So we have an Iron Man here, right? This flying character is really hard to hit with projectile because not only they go from left to right, but they also can go from up to down, which makes them really unpredictable and very hard to actually hit. But Hela is going to be a huge counter to like Iron Man, Rocket Raccoon, all those high mobility air characters because of the fact that she's a hit scan, right? So here she has 250 health. This seems to be a passive. I'm not sure I understand this one. And then we have the right click. So this is like a secondary attack. To me, this looks like she's going to throw all her daggers at the same time. We're going to have to see. We have the left shift, the E, and the ultimate ability, which is already full. So we can see here, guys, here, this is a sign of a headshot. If I'm just going to make sure we can see here, Black Panther gets headshotted. So we see the logo. Oh, no, this might be a kill, actually. Apologies, this is a kill, but I think there is a headshot multiplier, right? Do we have an example here of a headshot multiplier? It's hard to say. I mean, here we can see actually, is this one of the abilities? This seemed like an ability, right? And guys, like I said, I'm gonna try to go a little bit slower here. Here, you see Iron Man flying in the air, boom, hit scan on the head, boom. This is the headshot. The red X is the hit marker for a headshot, and there it is, right? So much damage done here. I'm not sure if Iron Man was full health, but this kills Iron Man. We get the double kill or the double shot in Marvel Rivals. And then here it seems like when you kill, oh, this might be the passive. I think when you kill an enemy here, it actually detonates afterwards and deal extra damage, right? So like there's an area after where you killed an enemy, which makes a lot of sense since Hela is the queen of death, right? Or hell. So it makes a lot of sense that when you get a kill, it's going to kill or explode onto enemies. And it might do like a chain reaction, right? If one kills the others and then the others also die or also explode, they can do damage to like other targets. So very, very cool. Yeah, we can see Spider-Man here dying. And I think himself becoming a soul, or I'm not sure how they're going to call it, but that is probably the passive. All right, here, guys, we have another example. This is our first look at one of the abilities, right? We briefly see it here. She does damage. That's like probably like 50, which is not that much, but I'm guessing with the hedgehog multiplier, that's like, oh, well, Doctor Strange has like 600 health, right? So that might be 75, which is pretty good, actually. So 75, you have 8 bullets. You can rack quite a bit of damage with only a single ammo. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, 250 health. That is extremely standard. Yeah, I would say on the lower side, like the lowest health enemies are at 250, but there's like something like Hulk or in his Bruce Banner form that is at 200. Yeah. All right, let's try to take a look here. So here, Doctor Strange dies, explodes once again, and then that seems to be the right click. So she tosses her hand forward or her daggers, and is that like a pull or something? This to me, yes, this is exactly that, right? Let's check it again. Okay, so 2 bullets, 1 bullet, and then she uses the right click. So it's hard to say. Like I thought maybe if you had like 5 bullets, you were gonna use all 5 bullets at once. So yeah, to me this is very much like a Cassidy character from Overwatch. Yeah, very cool. This was the right click if I'm not mistaken. Okay, once again the headshot dealing so much damage here, and then we have the Doctor Strange putting a shield up, blocking the first couple of hits. But wait, actually, we can see Penny Parker exploding even if she's not dead yet. So maybe the right click is the explosion. Would that make sense? Hard to say. What do you guys think this ability is? To me, yeah, to me it shoots like a volley of multiple arrows. So to me this doesn't affect the amount of blades she has in her magazine. To me she tosses like a few blades, maybe triggers like the passive or something like that. The passive doesn't seem to be here. And then we have, this is a very cool ability. So this is her movement ability. She transformed into a crow, and then she could fly a little bit and then transform back to her original form. I wonder, are you invulnerable when you're in your crow form? I don't know. Very, very interesting. We're going to have to try this out. And then she then transformed back to... So it's pretty much like a dash, or like a slow-ish dash that maybe can shoot. But very good to reposition to get like the high ground. For like precision heroes such as Hela, high ground is going to be very important to actually take. So this ability is going to be very, very cool. We can see it's on a 12-second cooldown, so you can do it quite often. I would suggest to reposition to like a safer position instead of engaging with the left shift. But nonetheless, very, very cool ability, very cool design so far. Here we can see once again Iron Man being killed from Hela. So once again, this is all of the hit scan versus projectile story I was telling earlier, where you want to play some hit scan characters such as Hela to kill flying characters such as Iron Man. And by the way, guys, I didn't mention, but this is Tokyo 2099. We can see the SPDR. Very cool to see some actual gameplay on this map. And then this is the final ability, the E ability, or the final of the basic abilities, right? So she does her E, which seems to be like an AoE she tosses on the ground, which seems to be doing some damage, right? Obviously does damage, but does it do anything else? It is a single explosion, I believe, and then it seems to be linger a little bit, but that doesn't seem to be doing any more damage afterwards. Hard to say. What is this projectile? We're gonna have to break everything down by Friday, right? And there's Doctor Strange. Okay, so never mind. When you kill an opponent, this doesn't do the passive. it's going to be hard to actually, I think you have to have this activated, which I don't know how we're supposed to do that. Nonetheless, very cool design with her basic, her right click, her left shift to her curl form to reposition, her E, which is a good AoE. And this is the ultimate, right? So she goes in the air and she has 800 health. Is that it? While she's in her ultimate. And then she has infinite ammo. So this is on a cooldown, or a cooldown, a duration of 10 seconds, something like, yeah, it's pretty much, yeah, it's 10 seconds, because you, or 9 seconds, it's active for 9 seconds, right? So this is a big AoE burst. When you hear Hela doing her ultimate, you just run away, you try to split up. I try to go out of sight of her, so maybe just go like behind the building, right? All right, guys, there's so much more on the screen with like, this is like Penny Parker's webs and stuff, but we are not going to touch that today because we're looking at Hela's ability, right? So Hela, awesome character. Are you guys excited for Hela? I am so excited. I know a lot of people have been saying that they want to main Hela already, just because of her abilities and how she looks. But I'm curious to see, like, if she has like a passive, some other stuff like that, how she's gonna play. She's still quite weak, so if she gets bursted down, it's gonna be tough. All right, guys, this is the second piece of news I wanted to show to you guys. So we are able to download the game. But unfortunately, when we do click start and we attempt to log in, we're not actually going to be able to join the server as of yet. We're going to have to wait until Friday for then. I'm going to be streaming, guys, by the way, so make sure to follow me on Twitch and on YouTube. I'm going to try to stream on both platforms. So I'm going to be streaming every waking hour, try to push as much as possible, try to get as much footage as possible so we could get some cool videos out for you guys, even after the closed alpha playtest, right? But nonetheless, guys, here are all the cool information or cool bit of lore we can get. We can see here that this is the Spider-Man 2099 map, as we do have the or Tokyo 2099, as we do have SPDR right here. So we have the confirmation that this is the map, if you guys didn't notice. But yeah, guys, we can see here on top of the screen the great multiverse web. So this, I believe, from the comics is what connects all of the multiverse. So very cool. This is what is explaining the lore of how we are playing all those different heroes on all those different worlds and all of that. Very cool. We're gonna perhaps do a series on breaking down the lore. This could be a lot of fun. Make sure to tell me down below if you guys would like to see that. But guys, we do have a little bit more news right behind the camera. We do have a settings button, so we are going to open the settings button here. Guys, we can see just the amount of polish everywhere in the game. I'm so excited. Just here on the UI, we can see it. So we do have here on the display mode everything we need. The FPS, I limited it to 90 so it doesn't lag. It's not supposed to be lagging right now, hopefully. Then you have your graphics, all of that. So this is pretty standard, but very cool that we already do have all those settings, which are very, very important. Oh, we can toggle the frame rate here. We can see the actual frame rate. Can we see right here? Maybe it's only in game. And then, guys, we have the audio tab. So we do have the master volume, sound effect volume, music volume, but more importantly, the in-game voice volume. So to me, this is the in-game chat. I'm hoping, because that might just be the announcer or something like that. But yeah, this might mean that we do have some voice chat in the closed alpha playtest, which would be very, very important because not everyone have Discord, and like, how are we going to play or communicate with our team if we don't have the voice chat, right? So yeah, I'm hoping we're going to get more options here, because if we're not, it means we're not going to have the voice chat. But this might be a good sign. We're gonna have to see. But yeah, guys, anyway, this is gonna be it. Are you guys excited for the closed alpha playtest? Once again, I am gonna be streaming every waking hours from the closed alpha playtest. So the whole weekend, every single hour as I'm awake, I'm gonna be streaming it. And then the next week following that, every hour that I'm not working at my full-time job, I am going to be streaming as well. Make sure to be there. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. This is going to be very, very hype. Please be here along for the ride. I would be just so amazed to see all of you guys And yeah, guys, with that said, have a good one. Take care. I'll see you guys next one. Bye, guys.